And welcome back to One Take with Jeremy Greene. Today we're painting Baldy Mountain from the top of the parking garage in Breckenridge. You ready? I might be. Well, here we go. How I'm gonna start this little project is just like this. I'm gonna get some paint and I'm gonna draw the mountain first, just to kind of, give us a sense of where we're at. And close enough, that's good, I think, yep. So now, got a nice little arrangement of colors here, and we're just kind of gonna start mixing them up, see what happens. Woo! Okay, so we start in the foreground, right? So we can do the aspen trees, and then going to mix a little bit of red into that to kind of give it an appearance of leaves and such. The mountain's kind of a brown, so I'm gonna keep on with the gold, but I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of yellow. So I've just mixed the color, the two tones in the mountain that I want to use, so I'm gonna put a little bit of red into it now and some blue to make a nice brown. Just kind of apply this kind of next to, behind the other yellow, so it gives it an appearance of, different dimensions and cuts and grooves in the hill, and just kind of get a little bit on the edge there, kind of give it an appearance of roundness, if you will. She's looking nice. Now I'm moving further down on the mountain to kind of make those other little bumps and hills and stuff within it. So here we go. And it goes like this, creates kind of a V, you see that? Woo! Okay, then it goes back. I'm wearing the ram's head because Brad and I are both Colorado State alumni, so, go Rams. Go Rams! Woo! I keep using more yellow within my paint here because I'm trying to lighten up the color to give it dimension. Once I get this all kind of, dabbed out and daubed out, etc., I have a new thing I've been doing with cross-hatching, where I go in and I just cross-hatch the whole entire image from left to right, up to down, and it looks so cool. What I'm doing now is I'm essentially smushing the paint into the canvas, so when I go over it with the crosshatch, it holds its image, if you will. And it's just kind of like I've always been painting, you start with your lightest color first, then you finish with the dark. And the tree line up there, it starts high over here, comes down, and there's a bunch of trees up in here, so I'll get those. And then it goes up the hill, so that's good. And then that matches up, and then I don't have to be so precise with the daubs and dabs because of what I'm going to do after I get the canvas covered. Once the canvas is covered in colors, then I will start the crosshatch. You will see. It will be cool. It will be very cool. 2 different colors of green. Maybe 3 or 4, but we're only going to use 2 in the trees there. So the trees in the more foreground are brighter in hue. So we will use a brighter green for this portion. Now there's that. So what we'll do now is we're going to take some of this color that we mixed up. Now I'm going to daub and dab in the rest of the trees. Or most of them. Wow. When you paint on an easel, you can step back and see it better. But I like doing it like this sometimes, where you just you don't get back from it at all. You see how I move a little bit every now and then? That's so I can judge the perspective and such, etc., etc. This is gonna look sweet. I do believe. Just kind of filling in the holes of that other green to kind of, you see how there's different, the shadows, etc. We're getting there! Yeah! I'm gonna start with the white for the sky. Because you see how it's lighter as you come down toward the mountain? There's almost a strip of white, but it's not quite a strip. Now, I'm just kind of gonna speckle the white in the sky. Now, let's get some blue. You don't need as much blue as you need white. I talked about it before. You need less of a darker hue when you mix. Almost done. Woo! I was talking about that strip of white that's just kind of above the mountains, and I kind of left it that way. Because now, I need to, wipe my brush off, and then I'll kind of mix it in with the blue. Yep. Let's take up the white. I'm gonna pull the white up is what I'm doing now. Pulling the white up to fade it into the blue, if that makes any sense. Now, let's ruin it. I'm going to start with the mountain, the area of yellow. So how I do this is I do one long down stroke and then I go at the top. One long down stroke, then I go at the bottom. One long down stroke, top. One long down stroke, bottom. When you get going fast, you get lost sometimes. And so now, here we go. Now we go up, down, up. This is a very meditative process, and it's quite nice. If you give it a try, enjoy yourself. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got the mountain dialed in. So now we go back to the left and we just start it again. A little bit of the other color tends to get mixed up within the layers, and it separates it out, and it looks really cool. And all the paintings I've done with this, they tend to work out every time. They just look fantastic in the end. So, okay, now on the second row down, I tend to cheat a little bit, and I do 3 little cross hatches, not just 2. So, a long downstroke, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we're growing. And see, we're getting into the trees now, so that's kind of cool. Pulling the green into the, where the mountain is, so that's fun. This is a new technique for me, and I'm still kind of exploring different ways to do it, which is, me and my situation. It's basically how I paint. It's different every time. Now the sky. One long down, one short, 2 short. One long down, one short, one long down, 2 short. Okay, now lastly, I'm gonna do this pattern crosshatch thingy to the green area. And since I got a little blue, that's okay, because blue's part of green, like I said, As you kind of just mix the colors together and smush them around, it creates a sense of a feeling of depth, emotion, all that fun stuff. This particular technique is merely a further evolution on painting technique and style by Jeremy Greene. That's all. See, I've got time to think about stuff, so I do. And, 1, 2, 2. And we are done. The piece is completed. Now, all I have to do is sign it and date it. Get a little black paint on there, and then with the excess of blue and how I dabbed it out right there, this is where I'm gonna sign it, I think. There it is. Join us next time on One Take, and we'll go climb on top of something crazy and do something weird again. All right, go Rams.